If you walk away from one thing today, it's this concept, is that if you think back in your personal life or your professional life, or both, about the things where you really had a learning experience, it was probably around failure, rejection, not succeeding. Because you know, when you succeed, you start thinking you're really smart and you start believing your own press releases and all that. And that's really not healthy. But when you fail and you come back, that's a good thing. And what's great, I don't want to be too nationalistic because I learned just before lunch there's some Canadians who I love, and I'll consider you part of the audience. But the U.S. is one of the few cultures in the world where failure is okay, where failure is something in the business world is considered a learning experience. You know, in interviews you're often asked, tell me when you failed and what you've learned from it. And that's a very important question I always ask, and it's an important question to answer and be honest about failure, because that is a great thing. And it's also Silicon Valley elsewhere. You hear about people's failures in a positive way. Other cultures, you fail, you're disgraced for the rest of your life, you ruin your family's reputation. Because if you're growing the economy, then more people are paying taxes, fewer people are unemployed, you're paying for a lot less, and it solves most of the problems in the first two. So we have to grow the economy. Growth only comes from innovation. And innovation is who we are and what we do as Americans. And it's very important we realize that. And we're the most innovative country by so many definitions. Everyone wants to be like us. China has a 10-year plan. In that plan, they say we want 1.6 patents per 10,000 people. That's how specific they are. And that's why they have 160,000 Chinese students in our country today, because they want to be innovative like us. We have every internet company, biotech company. We have Apple, the chip companies, Hollywood, the music industry. Everything that's creative and innovative, we totally take over the world. And I've spoken to governments around the world on almost every continent, and they all want to be like us. And some of them try to copy us, some try to restrict us, sadly, and there's a lot of bad things going on around the rest of the world just to try to hurt our most competitive companies, which is a bad thing. But we have to remember that innovation is a bipartisan national strategy, and there are ninja innovators in Congress. I just wish that the partisans would step out of the way and let them solve some problems and deal with this deficit, which is the biggest problem of our time.